This is a moment we didn't expect to talk about, I guess any of us really, for a very long time, but Jak and Daxter is back on the PlayStation 5. Today's Friday, November 29th, 2024, and this is Play By, the show where I bring you the best gaming news in a tiny bite-sized form. Earlier this week, we got the announcements of the next PlayStation Plus Essential games from the classic lineup, and we got Sly 2 and 3 coming, but more importantly, we have Jak and Daxter. I'm late to this because I'm an engineer, and being an engineer takes up a lot of my time, so I make videos when I can. Next week on Tuesday, PlayStation actually celebrates its 30th anniversary, so this has led many people to believe that there's a chance that we could get an announcement of some sort of, classic, iconic PlayStation game coming along. I don't think that's going to be the case, but we are getting Jak and Daxter back on the PlayStation 5. But what makes this even more interesting than just Jak on 5 is that, we already have it. It's there on the PlayStation 4 remaster. But now this is the PlayStation 2 version being brought up on the new emulator. I'm not thinking it's going to look any better than the PlayStation 4 version or have anything new other than the save states and rewinds, but those are going to be an absolute game changer. How many times have you been going down a level, miss a scout fly, have to go all the way back, or you hit something right at the end and you died, and oh my god, dude, it was so frustrating. And then that gives me hope for Jak 2 and Jak 3 when that comes. Jak 2 has some unforgivable checkpoints. Other people's already talked about it. If you played it, you know. God, you know. Jak 3 is kind of the same way. It's not exactly as brutal as Jak 2, but there is a lot of things in that game that can go wrong, and you gotta start the level all over again. I think of the little car section, I forget what it's called, but that, when you die close to the end, you gotta go back to the beginning. Oh my god, that was terrible. I hated every moment of that. But it's kind of weird to think, here we are almost 25 years later, and Jak and Daxter is still headlining PlayStation for the classics. Don't get me wrong, Jak and Daxter was 100% the first major Sony-owned IP to actually come to PlayStation. Obviously you can make the argument for Crash and Spyro, but that was never owned by Sony. Jak and Daxter was really kind of the first, and it was also the first open world game, like true open world game with no loading screens. Yeah, it had kind of that trickery stuff where you go through these sections and then the next level would load in as you're going through it, but there was no actual loading screens other than when you portal to fast travel basically. But even that was kind of like an industry first for any company really, for Jak and Daxter to have a fast travel mechanic, and that is just kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. I joked when it came out on PlayStation 4 that I absolutely hate the first Jak and Daxter, which that part is true, but I joked that I end up playing it once a generation because Sony will release it no matter what once a generation. It's like clockwork, and here we are halfway through the PlayStation 5 generation, and it's Jak and Daxter time again. What do you think about this news? It's been a very long time since we've talked about Jak and Daxter on this channel. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, try not to die, and I'll see you in the next video.